Hi, my name is Leontine Cohen-Pauka. I am a licensed tour guide in Israel and France, and I prepared a series of small films about Israel. The series is called In the Footsteps of. In every film, I will develop a theme, a subject, an event. Here is number 2, In the Footsteps of Hummus. We are in Jerusalem. I am going to explain you what hummus is, what history we can find behind the hummus, and where to have the best hummus in this city. Hummus for Israel is what the baguette is for France, the fries with mayonnaise for Holland, and the hamburgers for the USA. In Israel, you can have hummus for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you can eat it warm or cold. But what is hummus? Here we see a typical hummus dish. Hummus means chickpea in Arabic. Yes, Arabic. Don't be surprised. A lot of Arabic words have entered the modern Hebrew, like yalla, for instance, which means let's go, or Alan, which means how are you, how is it going? Hummus is a spread made from chickpeas, pressed sesame seeds, that we call tahina, lemon juice, garlic, olive oil, and salt. Now, I am not going to talk recipes here because there are just as many recipes for hummus as there are different pronunciations for the actual words hummus, according to where you are in the world, like omus or umus, for instance. Just one important information if you decide to make hummus yourself. Hummus needs to be eaten on the day it was made. Don't keep it. It will not taste the same the day after. So, now we know that the main ingredient of hummus is chickpea. Chickpeas grow all over the Middle East, and hummus has always been a popular dish in the surrounding countries of Israel, like Egypt, Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan. The field you see here is a chickpea field somewhere in Israel. The modern state of Israel exists since 1948, but there might already be a mention of hummus in the book of Ruth. The book of Ruth is one of the 24 books of the Hebrew Bible. It is a terrific love story that takes place around the area of Bethlehem. The love story was made into a beautiful Hollywood movie in 1960. The movie's name is The Story of Ruth. Look at this sensational poster of the movie. The actual book of Ruth was written around 500-600 years BCE, but the story itself takes place much earlier, around 1100 years BCE. In the story, Ruth is invited to have a bite to eat with her future husband Boaz. In the Bible, it says that they dipped some bread in chametz. Chametz is a biblical Hebrew word that has been translated to wine or vinegar. But according to the famous contemporary Israeli writer Meir Shalev, chametz actually means hummus. Because, as he explains, chametz and hummus are resembling words, and if you want to seduce a young, beautiful woman, you do not invite her to a meal where you dip bread into vinegar. You want her to have something nice and tasty. There is also the historical fact that archaeologists found a jar of chickpeas and some garlic in the tomb of the Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun, who lived and died in the 14th century BCE. Was he such an aficionado of hummus that he was buried with its ingredients? Also in Egypt, we have cookbooks from more than 600 years ago with different recipes for hummus. So, hummus has been longer around than me, that's for sure. There are several explanations why hummus is so popular. Chickpea is a vegetable full of proteins. This means that if you do not have the possibility to eat meat or eggs, hummus will be the perfect replacement. Chickpeas can grow in a wheat field, so this means you can get 2 harvests a year from the same field. That is a very interesting fact when we look at the practical financial side of producing chickpeas. Chickpea is tasty, has a high nutritional value, and is rich in tryptophan. Tryptophan is an essential acid that actually helps the body make proteins, and it also signals a well-being feeling to the brains. In fact, our bodies transform the tryptophan into serotonin. As you probably know, serotonin helps to control our good mood and helps us sleep better. So try it out. No need to go to the pharmacy to buy expensive serotonin. Just have a dish of hummus. And you will see that after a couple of bites from the fresh hummus, you will start feeling happy and content. Until 30 years ago, hummus was not popular in Northern Europe and the USA. But the famous Israeli chef Yotam Ottolenghi made hummus become hip and trendy, and today any modern restaurant in the world will have hummus on its menu. So, when you will come to Jerusalem, I can take you around the city and we can actually do a hummus tasting as we go. The most famous hummus restaurant in the old city is called Abu Shukri. Here it is, owned by a Muslim family. Their hummus is slightly spicy and the lemon is very predominant. I could also take you to Lina's in the Christian quarter of the old city, where you can have a creamy hummus with roasted pine nuts. A wonderful hummus is served here, in the market of West Jerusalem at Azura. And close by is a tiny restaurant where the only thing on the menu is hummus. And if you are really curious, I would take you to the village of Abu Ghosh, just outside Jerusalem, where all the restaurants claim to make the best hummus in the world. So, you are now slightly more specialized in this very important subject linked to Israel. The only thing we are now waiting for is for you to be able to jump on a plane and come try out the hummus in Israel. I hope you enjoyed this little movie, and I will come back with another subject next week. Please feel free to share this movie with anyone you think this might be interesting to. If you have any questions, you can find me on Facebook under the name Private Guide Jerusalem Leontine Cohen. Private Guide Jerusalem Leontine Cohen. A big thank you to my editor Shlomo Cohen. See you soon!